Tom, good to see you again. And you've got Lee Anderson with you, I believe, now.
I do indeed. He's sitting right next to me, so let's dive straight in. Lee, we were just hearing from a member of Dawn's panel that, in her belief, people who voted for Reform UK are racist. What do you say to that?
Well, what a load of nonsense that is. What sort of evidence has this... who is this person on the panel? Who is it?
It's Scarlett Maguire, the former Labour advisor.
Oh, dear. I don't know why you have her on, to be honest, but...
She's a lovely lady.
She's got no proof at all. Ask her right now, what's the proof is? What's the proof?
We'll come back to the studio
They
in
use
a bit.
This racist term, what they use all the time, Tom, it's a lazy argument to have a pop at people like me and Nigel and the rest of the Reform Party. They have absolutely no proof whatsoever. They need to get a grip.
It is, of course, something that has dogged the party and dogged Nigel for a while, this sort of association, I suppose. What has this conference, do you think, done to try and move past some of those associations and, frankly, some of the candidate issues that we saw in the general election?
What we've seen, we are, as you know, a start-up party, but what we've seen this weekend, Tom, is 4,000 members from all over the country, all different, different colour skin, different religions, all come together in one big building to celebrate the success of reform. This country does need reform, and there's this Scarlett lady who's coming out with these ridiculous comments. Honestly, I want her, before she comes on the next show, to produce some proof that Reform or Nigel or myself are racist or made in a racist company. And you know what? They cannot do it.
OK, we'll park that issue for
now,
park it. Because this has been the first professional conference of the Reform Party. I went to the conference last year. It was a tenth the size of this. Nigel Farage has been saying this week that he feels this party is coming of age. What does that mean?
It does. It is coming of age. Like I say, Tom, 4,000 people in there. I think next year there's going to be 8,000 people in that room. We've had nearly 3,000 new members in the last 24 hours sign up to join Reform UK. The excitement out there is unbelievable. People coming up to me saying they want to be councillors, they want to become MPs, they want to deliver leaflets, they want to get involved, they want to raise money. You know, the main two parties, Tom, have quite frankly let the public down. The public are very nimble now in their voting. They can pick and choose now which way they're going to vote, and people see us as a credible option. And the speeches yesterday were brilliant. The atmosphere in that place there was something I've never experienced before. You know, you got to look at the other conferences coming this week, and they'll be sat there talking to each other in the audience, not even listening to the main speakers. Every single, and I am biased, because I was speaking yesterday, but every single speaker in there yesterday was a different class.
It is interesting. In your speech, you decided to take out a letter that you had received from the television licensing people and rip it up on stage. What was that about?
Well, you know my opinion on the BBC. And listen, I've always said, ever since I stopped paying my TV licence, that the BBC would not get another penny off me. And they've got a bit of a cheat, keep sending me reminders to pay my TV licence. I'm not paying anything that funds the pension of perverts like Hugh Edwards.
Do you think that this potentially puts you at risk of imprisonment? Do you watch live television?
Well, listen, they can come round, they can knock on my door, and they'll get told to clear off.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is...
How's that grab you?
There are, of course, people who have been fined, who have been sent to prison for non-payment.
Yeah, you get sent to prison for non-payment. I don't watch live TV. I get all my stuff off. I watch a bit of Netflix, obviously, but I don't watch much TV, to be honest with you, Tom. I think it's a bit of a cheek. It's a poor service. It's we've seen just this week over the last couple of weeks with this other scandal, this Hugh Edwards scandal. I'm not paying my money to an organisation that does that. Absolutely shocking. They should be ashamed. In fact, this Director General, whatever his name is, the sort of money they've been paying Hugh Edwards over the years, he should pay that to the victims of these children. These children who are victims.
It's a strong statement. Yeah. Your speech yesterday repeatedly used the mantra, "I want my country back." What does that mean to you?
Well, if you have somebody like Scarlett Maguire, she would probably say that's racist. But in my speech, I want my education system, our health system, law and order, defence, immigration system, our borders. I want them to go back, Tom, to how they used to be when they used to work in this country. It's as simple as that.
This has been a moment at this conference where a lot of people are talking about the next election, assumed to be 2029. and the possibility that the Reform Party could win that election. Is that a credible thing to say?
I mean, if you said that to me, 4 or 5 months ago when I first joined the party, I would have said, you're crazy. But now, I mean, look at the start Sir Keir Starmer's had. The Conservative Party are in a real mess. They're going to pick a leader, more of the same. And the political ground, if you like, Tom, is quite fertile at the moment for a new party to grow. We are growing, thousands of new members, lots of volunteers. Like I say, the two main political parties, people are switching off from them, and people will come out. They've got an alternative now, a credible alternative, and they're going to see what's gone off this weekend, and they're going to come out and vote for us.
It took 30 to 40 years for the Labour Party to grow from a handful of members of Parliament to being in government, and only then with a minority administration at the start of the last century. Why do you think that Reform could do it faster?
There was no TikTok then, was there, Tom, or social media, or any of that sort of stuff. People are more switched on now, they're more alert, they're not getting the news a week later. They're getting it just like that, and that's what they love about, about the social media age we live in. They can keep up to date, they can keep politicians like me, we're accountable. It's instant, it's in their hand, and people are really engaged. It's like a soap opera at the moment, politics, it really is, and the people of this great country of ours have got a stake in it.
What do you imagine Nigel might be saying?
Pretty much what he's been saying all weekend, Tom, which is the country needs reform. We are a growing party, the People's Army are out
in mass this weekend. There's a real sense of political optimism. People think that there is a credible alternative now. They think reform is the way forward. We're listening to people, Politics is not that difficult, Tom, in my opinion. Go home, have a weekend like I do, listen to people in your constituency, go back to Parliament the week after and ask the same questions they're asking. And that's what the Reform MPs are doing in Parliament at the moment. The people out there can see that and they want more of the same.
Of course, a colleague of yours has been in hot water this weekend in the Financial Times. They're saying it's a disgrace that he donates his salary to charity. I'm talking, of course, about Rupert Lowe.
Yeah, I mean, which idiot has said this? I mean, it's unbelievable. There's been a sudden, I think since we got elected, the 5 MPs, there's been a sudden influx of idiotic comments from people like this. Rupert Lowe, he's a wealthy man, we know he is, but to donate £5,000 a month to local good causes, I mean, that's great, surely. I mean, more of that, please.
There have been anonymous MPs from other parties saying that it makes them look bad by comparison and that they're quite upset by this.
Oh, I don't know why they're upset about it. They should be encouraging this sort of behaviour. And these anonymous MPs, they probably are anonymous in their own constituencies, Tom, most of them. And it'll be the usual Labour lot, I suspect. I suspect there's a few Tories in there. But at a time when we've got a Prime Minister accepting, glasses and suits, his missus is getting dresses and frocks and whatever, he's going to football matches, raking in thousands. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Keir Starmer is the UK's most prolific scrounger, possibly the biggest in Europe.
It is extraordinary how this new government has sort of fallen into the traps of the last government. Of course, for a time you were a Conservative MP. Yes. Do you see parallels between the sort of mired scandal that we saw about halfway through the last administration happening just 2 months into this one?
It's like a blind hypocrisy. I mean, when things were happening within the Conservative Party, the Labour Party was very quick to call these out and go on every single platform and make a song and dance about it. But hey presto, just 10 weeks after being elected, they're doing actually worse. I mean, the Prime Minister of our country on a massive salary is taking freebies like this. It's unbelievable. I think he's took more freebies than anybody. And they've actually stated now that I think him and Angela and Rachel Reeves aren't going to accept any more free clothes. I mean, what the hell is going on?
Of course, what they might say is that this is all within the rules. People are allowed to accept donations. You can declare your donations on your own register of interests. I mean, this is normal. This is politics.
Yeah, but they keep saying the people with the broadest shoulders have got, they've got to take the hit whilst we're in a little bit of a mess at the moment. And it would appear that if you're a politician earning really good money, good salary, good expenses, that you can put your hand out, put the begging bowl out, and some rich donor will come along and kick you out with a new set of clothes. It's wrong.
Why do you think it is that Keir Starmer has £1,500 glasses?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never seen a pair of spectacles for 1,500 quid, Tom. I don't know. It's probably some top designer brand. I don't know what brand it is, but it's probably a bit of a show-off, is he? I don't know. He likes to wear designer stuff, go to the Arsenal matches. I don't know. I mean, a box, eight grand a game for a box at Arsenal. He needs that for his security. Look, Rishi Sunak, He used to go to the Southampton games and sit with the crowd. I go to Forest games and sit with the crowd. It's a load of nonsense. It's freeloading.
It's a strong term to use against the government because, of course, they might say that this is an unfair criticism.
Why is it strong? It's freeloading, it's sponging, it's scrounging, it's getting freebies. Left, right and centre, Tom. That is sponging. If you was in the bar last night, which I'm sure you was, and you didn't buy a pint all night and I was buying all your drinks, people would accuse you of being a sponger. It's the same with Sir Keir Starmer.
It's a heavy charge because this is a government that has said it's stuck to the rules. Do you think that it matters whether or not they stuck to the rules?
Well, I think it should show a bit more nous, political nous, if I'm honest, Tom. You know, people are struggling in this country, struggling to heat their homes. The Labour Party's been banging on about for the past goodness knows how long. As soon as they come into power, they get caught out. They've been caught with their trousers down. They're at it. The snouts are in the trough. And I tell you what, Labour conference I think starts tomorrow. There'll be some unhappy members there, Tom. Really unhappy.
Well, I will test the mood of the floor
Test the mood.
In Liverpool at the Labour Party conference. I'm off there this evening. But for now, Lee Anderson, thanks very much for joining us.